Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Hesston High School. I'm Lucas Roth, joined alongside by Cole Dutchendorf, and we're here for some Friday afternoon basketball action between the Eureka Tornadoes and your Hesston Swathers.
What's up, guys? That was a little delayed there.
A little out of breath.
Singing that national anthem there, getting the jeans back off, slipping into something a little more comfortable for this game. Should be a good one. We got the, I don't know if you already said it.
I said
it.
Okay.
Haven't even had time to look at the starting lineups. Just saying the national anthem is a part of the singers, so.
The Tornadoes turned it over on their first possession. The Swathers now are on offense. So Katie Keeker with the ball at top of the key. Pass to Alex Martin. Corinne Yoder, top of the key three. No good, short. And the rebound to Ava Perrier of the Tornadoes. She kicks it up to Patuchek, one of them.
One of the three.
One of the three. And Ashley Singate with the ball now. It looks like the Swathers, they are in a man defense, per usual. Ball goes in the corner to Ashley Singate, who drives in the lane. And we're going to foul on the floor on, looks like Anna Humphreys of the Swathers. Her first, team's first as well. Now, we usually have the time to go through the starting lineups, keys to the game, what teams have done, what they haven't. So
we're probably going to have to do that on the first break we get.
Ashley Singate's shot is short, but Ava Perrier with the offensive board. Kick out and three-point attempt no good from Amanda Maurer. And Alex Martin will bring the ball up the court for the Swathers.
That was a good board there from Anna Humphreys. She's not the tallest girl, but she was able to go out there and out-battle a couple of those Tornadoes to get that ball and push it down the floor.
And then there was Turnover on the Swathers there. Alex Martin throwing it just out of the grasp of Katie Keeger, which was one of our keys to the game for the Swathers. Eureka Tornadoes ranked 10th in the state, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, and so they're going to need to turn the ball over as little as possible. I mean, you want that in any game, but especially in this game. Corinne Yoder going coast to coast, and she will be fouled, going up 2 shots.
Yeah, this Tornado team only has 2 losses on the season, and those 2 losses are to undefeated Halstead and undefeated Clay Center, who they lost to open up their the Hillsborough tournament. So definitely not a shabby team by any means. Not a team to be taken lightly.
Yeah, when your only losses are to a number 2 team in the state and a number 3 team in the state, there's nothing to be ashamed of there. Yoder's second free throw is off the side rim, but the ball is grabbed by Katie Keeker and Abby Singata simultaneously, and it'll be a jump ball, which goes to Swathers.
Harley Frell is there with that jumper to put the Swathers up 3 early in this contest.
Yeah, they're going to need all the shots to fall tonight. I mean, even though it's just one of the things that, say, oh, make your shots, but I mean, it truly is going to be something they need to do to win this game tonight.
Tornadoes with some good ball movement in the post there to Singata. Her shot is blocked by Alex Martin out of bounds. It'll remain Tornado ball.
Yeah, and the home court advantage really showing for the Swathers. I mean, Keisha did bump the number of fans, but that's not the loudest section. The boys basketball team in the top right side of Hesston High's main gym is really making some noise.
They're known to get a little rowdy. oh, almost looked like a rolled ankle almost there, but she was able to, nice spin move into the lane from Ashley Singata, but not able to convert. It'll be boarded by the Swathers and heading in the under direction. Humphrey setting up a play. Will drive baseline and kick it back out. Screen there from Leas. Pass out to Yoder at the top of the key. Screen from Keeker.
Oh, yep,
steps
there
back,
it goes.
and it'll be a moving screen on Keeker.
That was, I mean, I don't know how much that was on Katie. She kind of got moved out of the way, but I could just tell that she was already shuffling a little bit to get out there and get in the way of the defender, and the defender hitting her just moved her so much, and she tripped the defender up a little bit for the easy call for the official there. But unfortunate for the Swathers, as they are at a severe height disadvantage against the Tornadoes here today. So,
meanwhile, we got London Hilton checking in there for Amanda Maurer and Carly Bartel checking in for Katie Keeker for the Swathers. Tornadoes with the ball. Some good defense here on this possession from the Swathers, but a good pass inside there to Abby Singata. Good finish there with the right-handed layup.
Yeah, and the Tornadoes have been getting really good looks on the offensive end, just can't quite finish. They've been in the paint almost every one of their possessions. So the Swathers got to start playing some better D because those shots are going to fall eventually.
Stolen there from Abby Singata again on that. That's 2 straight possessions with impact plays from her.
Oh.
Big collision there underneath. Corinne Yoder a little shaken up. That 3-pointer was taken by Ashley Singata. So a little sister-on-sister action, I presume. But unable to get that basket to go was Abby's sister, Ashley.
Yeah, and then Ava Perrier there on the rebound. She went up a little bit. Carly had her boxed out, dead to rights. She tried to go over to grab that rebound, and that's one of the easiest calls an official can make when you see her try to jump over the back of a different opponent. I mean, there's no over-the-back call anymore, but that was a pretty easy one to make there.
Currently 2 Patucheks in the game for the Tornadoes in Chasney Patuchek and Brooklyn Patuchek.
And 2 Singatas in the game as well.
Yeah, this not going to be the easiest game to broadcast with all the siblings on the court for the Tornadoes. But we'll give it the old college try. Swathers moving around nicely here. Leas fakes the pull-up. We'll drive it baseline a little bit. Good defense there from Hilton. And stolen on the play from Chasney Patuchek. I'm getting that confused with some Hesston people or some Newton people back in the day. Stolen there on the attempt to get the ball across the half court by Lennon Hilton, and she will make that 2-pointer pretty easily there.
Yeah, and that's just one where, Leas has got to be just a little bit more strong with the basketball. She didn't have to pass it right away. Just give it a good old rip through and drive up the court yourself. But
Bartel underneath was unable to get that layup to go there from the pass from Anna Humphreys. Anna Humphreys almost steals that pass. But Chasney Patuchek will drive it and get that 2 to go. That'll be a timeout from the Swathers. Tornadoes with a quick 6 straight have all the momentum right now. That's a good timeout by Richardson to try to stop some of that bleeding.
Like I said, there wasn't a single shot that they took in those 3 possessions and made, I guess I should say. They attempted a 3-pointer, but they made 3 layups. Those were their points. So the Swathers really got to be able to get back in that lane, get some help defense, because right now the Tornadoes are just flat out beating them on the defensive end.
Okay, so now we have kind of a chance to collect ourselves. Hesston is 5-3 so far into the season, and they started off their Hillsborough tournament with a 51-42 win over Holcomb. For them in this game, as you've already been able to see, they got a box out. And as obvious as this may sound, you're going to have to make your shots against this really good Tornado team. And then also, as we already talked about earlier, limit your turnovers. I mean, if you're turning over the ball too frequently, it's going to be a long game for you.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, for Eureka, only the 2 losses to Clay Center and Hallstead. Other than that, they're unbeaten. They lost their first tournament, the first game of the Hillsborough tournament, to Clay Center by 16 points. Clay Center, insanely good basketball team. Their keys to the game are crash the offensive boards. They have a major height advantage in there, and also to contain Hesston's fast breaks. That's one of their biggest strengths, is how fast they can get out and run the court.
That was Alex Martin with the drive there, and then fouled on the play by Abby Singata.
I'm just now getting my breath.
Yeah, I know. I've just now regained my cool, I guess you would say. Little rush there in the beginning. Alex Martin's first free throw is good.
Brings the score to Eureka 6, Hesston 4.
And she will make that second one as well. So a very fruitful chip to the line for Martin there.
I figured they'd do this. Swathers have switched to a 2-3 zone. Try and make Eureka beat them on the outside instead of working.
That inside damage. Yeah, could not have said it better myself, because they've already been kind of dominating inside there.
And plus a zone also makes sure that you're able to rebound and box out better, because you already have the inside point on almost everybody on the court. So
I believe they just called a double dribble on Brooklyn Patuchek. It was something of that nature, yes. So that'll be Swather ball heading the other direction.
Yeah, looks like they were a little bit taken off guard by the zone the first possession, but I'm sure they'll have something for it the next time down the court.
They'll have Brooklyn Patuchek matched up on Katie Keeker there. That should be a pretty good battle. 5'11" and 6 foot there. So that could be a pretty key matchup to this game, depending on how long they stay on each other.
Yeah, not the best last game for Katie Keeker. Usually one of the Swathers' brightest spots on the offensive and defensive end, but just struggled a little bit making her shots. She's looking for a bounce-back game here, but still had a major impact on the defensive end. But her backup, Carly Bartell, had quite the game against Holcomb.
That was Lyndon Hilton checking in there for Ashley Singata.
Another turnover on the Swathers. This is Sydney Kaiser with the travel on the far wing.
So the Tornadoes will look to stretch their lead a little further, try to attack this zone, see what they can get going. Swinging it around the perimeter right now. Dangerous bounce pass there, almost stolen by the Swathers. Hilton drives baseline, out of control, almost gets the ball stolen. Singata with the layup attempt was defended nicely by the Swathers.
Yeah, that was great defense there by Katie Keeker. Singata had the layup. I mean, probably could have got there, but Katie did a good job of sliding over, being straight up, got in her way, and was able to affect the shot just enough to miss it, and ended up knocking it out of bounds and it being Swather basketball. So that was a win-win for the Swathers.
That was Ava Perrier checking in there for Brooklyn Patuchek. Martin with the drive baseline, good take, unable to finish the layup. Katie Keeker with the offensive board, and her two-pointer is good.
Really good job there by Katie Keeker, sticking with the play. Almost had the ball knocked out of her hands, but she grabbed it, regained it, and was able to make the bucket so the Swathers could regain the lead.
And if they're going to win this game, that is something they're going to have to do early and often to get those O boards and then convert on them. The pump fake and drive was no good there from Lyndon Hilton. A little wild on the left-handed layup. Swathers with the board on the other side of the floor. They'll swing it around. Corinne Yoder will drive into the lane. Pass to Katie Keeker. Her 10-footer is good.
Dang.
4 straight points for Katie Keeker.
Back-to-back great possessions of offense by the Swathers. Have had some really high-quality shots. Looks like they're settled in. They're good. They could give Eureka a run for their money tonight.
Got to watch out for that corner there. That is open. And oh my, that was wet like water there. That was Amanda Maurer with that splash in the corner.
Beautiful shot there. I mean, that's one way to beat the zone is to shoot them out of it. And so Figured they'd try.
Sydney Kaiser's three is a little left.
Off the mark. That's just, I think that's just positioning on the floor. I mean, she was a little bit lower than she probably initially thought that she was because she had to adjust to catch the ball, so she was already behind the basket when she turned to shoot it, and just unfortunate there.
I feel a little bit like a broken record that the school bell going off again.
Yeah.
So we mentioned it last game. You don't hear that very often.
Not at all.
It'll be Ashley Singata taking the ball up now for the Tornadoes. She'll spin, pass it along to her sister, Singata and Abby. Then back there to Ashley at the top of the key. She'll pass it off to Miller. Miller will drive, and her shot is off the backboard, no good. Boarded by Kira Funk. Nice board there. Anna Humphreys will take the ball up the court. She'll pass to Funk. Funk thought about it. Alex Martin with the ball at the top of the key. She'll pass to Corinne Yoder. Pass it to Funk. Over there to Humphreys. Looking for some inside action with either Martin or Keeker, but nothing going. Good steal there from Ashley Singata. She's going the other way, and they'll get Jillian Leas on something. On a block, probably.
Hip check. Something like that.
The classic.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, that's probably the best possible thing for the Swathers to have happen there.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't foul her there, Ashley was going in for the wide open layup, and I mean, that's not a terrible foul. They have 11 seconds left. They'll probably save for the last shot, but now instead of a layup, you're probably looking at a last-second three, which are definitely not as high a percentage of a shot.
Yeah, I totally agree. Good hands there from Funk. She'll get the steal. She'll pass along to Corinne Yoder. Corinne Yoder will stop, pull up from three. Short, boarded by Alex Martin. Her wild layup is no good. Fight for the board, and that will be the end of the first quarter. It'll be 9-9.
Great first quarter of action, if I do say so myself. It's been a really good game so far, and for the Swathers that switched to a zone, the Eureka Tornadoes only scored 3 more points in the last 4 minutes of the quarter after the Swathers switched back to the zone, and they did not make another layup, which is good. And for the Swathers, pretty good quarter offensively, just got to limit a few turnovers that they had, but other than that, it was really good.
Let's get a quick break for an ad here. A big thanks to Swather Power Club for supporting all HHS activities and athletics. Did you know that Swather Power Club is the one and only Hesston High School booster club, and anyone who signs up to be a member automatically enters a student of their choice to win one of 2 $1,000 college scholarships? Right now, you can join the Swather Power Club for free. Look for the Swather Power Club on the Hesston High School website menu or visit them on Facebook.
Yeah.
That was a great first quarter of action there. Could not ask for any more in a basketball game, really. Good defense, good offense, converting on those layups. A couple threes.
A couple steals, keep it interesting.
I mean, if this game goes anything like the first quarter, we should be in for a barn burner.
Ah, there you go. Took my favorite word. I wonder what big word we're going to say tonight.
I've been cooking up a few in the lab. I might have to pull them out. I don't really know how I'm going to fit them in there. A deep three there from Chesney Patuchek. It'll be off, and then a foul there on, I believe, Hilton.
I think they're gonna get it on Ava Perrier. That's her second foul of the game already. So I'm guessing she'll go and take a quick break.
That'll be Lena Rupert checking in for her, I'm assuming, eventually. Humphreys with the ball. She'll pass to Alex Martin, tipped there from Hilton. And to Katie Keeker, unable to get it. That was good defense there from Perrier, making up for that foul on the last possession. Perrier with the ball. She'll pass to Abby Singata. She'll pass to Milton. The corner three from Chesney Patuchek. That's off. Boarded. Good hustle there. Can't really see quite what's happening.
It was Anna Humphreys.
It was in about 4 people's hands at one point. That'll be a jump ball, and it'll be going to the Swathers.
Yeah, Abby Singata originally came down with the ball, but a great hustle play by Anna Humphreys. She was able to get over there and rip it out, but then another Eureka player picked it up, but then as Anna was falling, she hit it out of her hands and ended up being a jump ball. So great hustle play by the Swathers there.
And that was indeed Lena Rupert checking in for Perrier on that last possession as well. Martin with the ball. She'll drive. Passes it straight to the hands of Chesney Patuchek. And then a foul on Katie Keeker. That'll be her second. So, yep, Carly Bartell will be coming in for her.
And that's a tough foul, too. I mean, Katie really didn't really have much effect on the play. It's one of those, like I said last week, one where you commit it and you're like, I wish I had that one back.
Yeah.
But That's a tough break for the Swathers as Keeker will have to go to the bench with 2 fouls.
So the Tornadoes now with the ball. That pass in there to Rupert. Tried to fit that pass in to Hilton on the backside cut, but it was knocked away from Ferralis.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good look, too. I mean, I think she had her, but just split second too late, so Corinne Yoder was able to recover. She'd have her burn on that backdoor cut, but now a wide open jumper from the middle of the lane.
Gets the friendly roll. That was Abby Singata there with her 4th points of the game. Alex Martin, no one was picking her up for a second. And they're actually in a box and 1 right now.
I figured that. It looked like what it was.
They're just following Corinne Yoder, and Corinne Yoder will still get the shot opportunity, unable to score. You know, this is actually something that you kind of saw happen to Hesston last year with with Elise Kaiser, excuse me. They would run this defense with their main scorer and facilitator and try to, and meanwhile, that was another splash there from Chasney Patuchek. Her first 3 of the game.
Yeah, the Swathers, ever since they've really switched to that, I think they switched to that at quarter, they have not been able to convert on the offensive end. I mean, so far in this quarter, but they're going to have to figure something out pretty quickly. I don't know, is it a box and 1 or a triangle and 2?
It might.
It looks like it's a triangle and 2 on Anna Humphreys and Corinne Yoder. Because if you watch...
Yeah, well, but Ashley Singata is just kind of shading wherever the perimeter players. I don't think it's necessarily... Because they're not just following Humphreys and Yoder around. I have no clue. It's an interesting defense. I don't know if I've ever seen it before, honestly.
Very interesting defense.
And now with Yoder out, you might expect them to flex out of that. I don't know.
It's been working so far, even with who was in the game. But there's definitely one player sticking with Anna Humphreys.
Pass inside to Carly Bartel. Her layup is no good, a little long. Boarded by Chasney Patuchek.
And if you're the Swathers, you're okay with that. That was honestly a really good high percentage shot there. And if you get that shot to her again, she'll probably make it a second time. But that should be travel there.
Big walk.
Oh.
They'll call a foul. Looks like she took about 4 steps.
Yeah, before she drew contact.
That's obviously a little exaggeration. That was boarded by Rupert after the missed shot from Ashley Singata. In there to Abby Singata. She'll pass to Milton. Pass back there to Patuchek. Her 3-pointer is no good. Boarded by Kira Funk, and then jump ball. It'll remain with the Tornadoes.
Yeah, and there was really nothing Kira Funk could do about that. As soon as she came down with the ball, she was immediately right in the middle of 3 different Eureka defenders. That's another example of them doing good, try to get those offensive rebounds, and they ended up being able to. I mean, I guess the jump ball isn't considered a turnover, but
it's essentially a turnover.
Essentially.
If it's not a turnover, it's giving your team a possession either way. It's kind of like a charge, because you're earning your team a possession
either
one way or another.
Huh. Never thought of it like that.
So the Swathers still scoreless here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Naders, if you will, have put up 5 points early in this second quarter.
I was not expecting that, but I think that unlocked a little piece of information I might bring further down the road.
We are in Tornado Alley. It's a very fitting name for a high school, in my opinion.
It is.
Good defensive presence there from Harley Ferralis to stop the potential layup from Abby Singata, and then tied up again. That was Humphreys, I believe, who dove in there to secure the tie-up.
And great play by the Swathers on offense. They had the unfortunate jump ball after the rebound that they had, but then they were able to get it right back with some great defense on the inbounds play. So hopefully they could turn it into something on the offensive end.
Okay, so it's a box and 1 right now, and I think you're right with the triangle and 2 when both Humphreys and Yoder are in the game. And depending on how this works, you might see other teams try this against the Swathers later in the season as well. Ferralis thought about driving. Martin passed backside to Funk, tipped and passed back in bounds, and then thrown away by Funk.
That's tough. I mean, that was definitely the right pass, in my opinion. She had Carly Bartel there under the basket, but she just went a little bit too quick and wasn't quite able to convert in that play. I mean, the window was closing, but you got to take your time, gather yourself, throw a nice bounce pass probably in there because it's a post entry. But just tough break for the Swathers there.
Yoder and Keeker checking in for Martin and Bartel. Ashley Singata passes the ball to her sister Abby in the corner. Then Chasney Patuchek with the ball top of the key. She'll swing to Hilton. She'll swing there to Ashley in the left corner. In there to Rupert, unable to secure the ball. And
I mean, that's very tough break for the Swathers there. I mean, Anna Humphreys was just laying between 4
no
Eureka
one was
defenders.
Doing anything. It was just a stall-me action. It was just like she was taking a little nap, surrounded by 4 of those tornadoes.
Yeah, because like they'd reach in and she'd rip the ball away, and they'd let go, and then they'd reach in and she'd rip it away, and she just laid there and she's like, and then they just called the travel because she eventually had to roll over, but
had a little siesta there in the middle of the floor.
It's unfortunate because it was going to be Eureka's ball anyways if they got the jump ball, but ended up being a turnover for the Swathers. So, man, Swathers just can't quite catch a break.
So Eureka will reset their possession at the top of the key now with Mauer.
Mauer.
The take there by Patuchek was no good, and then I believe that was Rupert up with the rebound and the foul on the shot attempt. That'll be Corinne Yoder's first foul of the game.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought they were going to get Katie Keeker, who was on the other side of Rupert when she shot that ball. Would have been her 3rd foul. She's playing with 2 at the moment, so got to be careful there. Ava Perrier for the Tornadoes, who got picked up 2 quick fouls at the beginning of the second quarter. Also hasn't seen any action since then.
Mia Miller checking in for Ashley Singata there. Rupert's free throw is good after missing the first.
That's a 9-0 run by the Tornadoes. Swathers were up 9-6 with just over 2 minutes left to go in the first, and they have not scored since then. It's been tough offensive possessions, very good defense by Eureka. The Swathers just got to try and find their rhythm again.
The cross-court pass to Funk. She will line up the shot and take it long there. Keeker with a great board. Pass in there to Ferrales. She will not.
Oh,
lot of contact
careful.
here. Yeah, and that'll be Keeker's 3rd foul. That is not a good sign for the Swathers with Keeker with 3 early fouls. It's a 1-and-1 here as well for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's just a tough break for the Swathers. And I think Katie just kind of got lost in the moment. She was giving her all, trying to get that loose ball for the Swathers. And
maybe a little adrenaline rush there, trying to get that ball back for her team after Ferrales lost it.
She had it a couple times. Definitely probably were a few fouls before there actually were called once. I thought she was going to get away with it. Yeah, for sure.
That free throw attempt from Abby Singata was no good, but it was boarded by Brooklyn Patuchek, and that shot by her sister Chasney Patuchek is good.
That was beautiful inside-out action there by the Tornadoes. I mean, she was wide open there on the outside, and easiest shot in basketball is the inside-out. Another turnover on the Swather offense.
That was a little sloppy, maybe a little rush there from Yoder. I believe the Swathers are just being very thoroughly frustrated now by this defense, unable to create anything on offense. And you have to give some respect to the coach of the Tornadoes, Shelly Hoyt, for switching to this defense. It's really proved to thwart this Hesston offense so far into this game.
Yeah, and I mean, 5 minutes and 17 seconds into the second quarter and still not a basket or free throw for the Swathers. That's tough.
You're not going to win many basketball games doing that.
You're obviously doing something right. Feels like I'm watching K-State basketball. Tough scene.
For the Swathers or the Tornadoes?
Yeah, Swathers.
Okay, yeah. That loss to Fort Hays State, that was, that was unfortunate.
Still hits hard. I mean, if you're Matt Richardson, what are you telling the Swathers right now?
Honestly, that is a very good question. I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that. I'm gonna guess he has a few more years of coaching experience than I do. We'll see what he can. We'll see. Yeah, I think he does. We'll see what he can come out with in an attempt to score some points, because obviously they're going to need to do that to win a basketball game.
Honestly, I think they're going to still stick. Oh, it looks like they're manning up right now. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like they're manning up on defense. I figured they might switch out of the zone, but I didn't know.
I guess maybe one thing is start some full court pressure of some sort, maybe a zone trap or something. I mean, that's one thing you could try to, yeah. Because when Eureka has gotten into the half-court offense, they have been pretty much deadly. They've been getting essentially whatever they want whenever they want it, in the second quarter at least. Singata with the ball, top of the key, being swarmed right now by Corinne Yoder. Patuchek had the ball, pass it back to Singata, and she'll pass it back right to Chazzy Patuchek. Guarded by Yoder now, and then a pass inside, blocked by Alex Martin.
Oh!
They will call a foul. Yeah, it looked like she came a little over the top with the hand. Definitely a close call. Could pretty much go either way there.
One official called it out of bounds. The other one called it a foul.
And I think the one who called it a foul had the better vantage point.
He saw where we were seeing it from.
It was Abby Singata who was fouled. Her first free throw is no good.
Yeah, the Tornadoes so far not been great from the line. Sinkum 1 of only 5, I believe.
I mean, yeah, they could be up.
Yeah, they could be up.
About 15 by now. Second free throw is good.
Stretches the Eureka lead to 10 points after they were trailing 9-6 late in the first quarter.
That was Brooklyn Patuchek checking in for Chazzy Patuchek. Excuse me, Lucas, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Nope, you're good. Completely taking control of this basketball game.
Almost lost there on the pass. Alex Martin, Carly Bartel with the ball at the free throw line. Pass to Harley Frowles. Her jumper is no good. Off. It was a little strong and to the left there. Pass into the corner. The shooter is Mia Miller. Her three-pointer is good. Banked it. What a weird way to bank it in from that angle. Not something you see every day.
Hey, but it is only 3:30 p.m. The bank is still open. So not usually when you play the girls' basketball game is the bank open, but on this Friday afternoon, it is indeed.
That was Bartel there with the shot attempt. Patuchek with the ball underneath. That was Brooklyn Patuchek. She was fouled there by Bartel, I believe. That last offensive possession was very rushed. I think it was a little frustrated shot attempt from Bartel. Frustrated with how things are going, kind of just chucked one up there, for lack of a better word. And then there on that, then there was a foul. That's 2 fouls for Bartel and also 3 for Keeker. So the big women, is that what you, I don't that sounds kind of.
Yeah, because you wouldn't say big men.
Yeah, like the posts for Hesston already in some foul trouble early into this game.
Yeah, and for the Swathers, I mean, you just gotta. One thing I've noticed is that through this entire scoring drought, they've completely stopped taking the ball to the basket. I mean, I know they're in a zone, which it makes it harder to do, but you got to drive, push into the defense, try to draw some contact, make some free throws, because, I mean, if you're just on the perimeter, it's just whether your shots go in or not, and right now they're not, so you got to try and figure out something else to do. Brooklyn
Patuchek made both of her free throws, and then Katie Patuchek subbed in for her sister, Chazzy Patuchek. A lot of confusion right now in my head with the 3 sisters or cousins, or maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe they're not related. Who knows?
Martin got fouled. She's usually automatic from the line, but she missed that one there.
The time you say it.
I knew it. I shouldn't have said anything.
But like I just said, I mean, they just needed to. Alex Martin did exactly what I said that they needed to do. She came right down the floor and charged right at the defense.
Yoder's deep 3 right in someone's mouth is no good. Alex Martin active on the boards and 1 there.
Ends the Swathers' almost 9-minute scoring drought, which in high school that's a pretty long time. That's
a quarter and a half.
Yeah, I would say that's over a quarter of the game without a basket. But I mean, just great job by the Swathers of crashing the boards. They got the bounces that they needed off the rim and were able to come away with it.
I should have never said Alex was automatic.
0 for 3.
I'm sorry, Alex. Okay. I jinxed you. That's my bad.
If you come back and watch this tomorrow, then
put that on my tab.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Good move there from Chazzy Patuchek. Had a nice little fake there on Martin and was able to get the ball to the rack and convert on the layup. Kaiser had the open 3.
Yeah, just no help defense there for the Swathers. Just caught between a rock and a hard place. Is that what the saying goes? Yeah. Ooh, might have got away with a little bit of a travel.
And there Martin, nice move. Reverse layup is just off. And it'll be out of bounds on the Tornadoes. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah, that was a really good move by Alex Martin, too, though. I mean, I think if she could have got that ball over to her left hand, she might have had a better chance of getting it up off the glass. But I really like that right hand.
Yeah, that was nice.
Going opposite.
That was a nice little move. Just barely unable to. Barely unable to convert.
Didn't quite get the roll.
21 seconds left. The Harley Fralis' jumper is off the face of Alex, it looked like, and then off of Eureka again. Good save there from Yoder.
Yeah, I think that did hit Alex in the face there.
I think it did. That 360 no scope right there to the to the dome.
Lethal dodgeball move there.
Alex would not be out if this was dodgeball.
No, she would not. In
Back to the action. Martin with the ball on the left wing. She'll pass over there to Cindy Kaiser. Her three-pointer is no good. Boarded by Eureka. The shot, nope. Yep, that'll be the end of the first half. Final score.
Final score.
The score is Eureka 26, Hesston 11.
Yeah, Eureka closing out the half on a 20-2 run. Just absolutely suffocated the Swathers on the defensive end of the basketball court.
That defense of the Tornadoes was asphyxiating, if you will.
Yes, it was, Cole. It was very asphyxiating, if I do say so myself, and very stifling also. I like that word too. Had to get that big word in there somewhere.
They really extinguished the life of the Swathers offense in that last quarter.
Oh, we got to think of big words to use other places. I don't know. I like our word of the day. What does asphyxiate? I don't even asphyxiate.
What
does asphyxiate means?
It is nothing. It is nothing. It's yeah. We're just gonna go with suffocate. Yeah, no, that's a pretty good word for
they
defense.
were asphyxiated by the carbon monoxide fume. Yeah.
Kill by depriving them of air.
Yeah.
They weren't allowing them any space. That's there we go. That's a pretty good word for the first half. Our word of the first half of the girls' game?
Yeah, asphyxiate.
We'll see what we can do in the second half with that vocabulary.
Can I get a country of origin?
Country of origin? Absolutely. I'm not finding anything right now.
That's tough.
We are at an all-time high for the use of the word, though.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, actually. There's your fun fact of the day. Actually, I'm full of many fun facts. But
it originated in Greek.
Ah, nice. Ancient Greece.
Little word lesson there for you today, folks. We will be back
in
about 5.5 minutes or so. It has been a pleasure to be with you so far. We hope to see some good basketball action in the second half. What is up? We are back with some second half action in about 2 minutes. The score of that first half was Hesston 11, Eureka 26. Quick score update. For Swathers, Harley Frowes with 2, Corinne Yoder with only 1 so far, Alex Martin with 4, and Katie Keeker with 4. Is that right?
Yep, that
11.
adds up.
And then for the Tornadoes, London Hilton with 2, Mia Miller with 3, Amanda Mauer. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with that name.
Ah, it's okay.
She had 3. Chesney Patuchek with 10. She played very well.
Very well.
Had a couple of threes, couple of nice moves to the basket. Wow, that ball went in.
That was impressive. If you guys were watching Eureka warm up.
The ball went up off the rim, up off the top of the backboard and into the hoop. I digress. Back to the scorers. Abby Singata had 5, Brooklyn Patuchek had 2, and Lena Rupert had 1. The story of the first half was both the suffocating and, as we talked about earlier, the asphyxiating defense from the Tornadoes, and also the outpouring of offense from the Patuchek and Singata sisters.
Couldn't agree more, Cole. And then for the Swathers, story of the half was
Foul trouble.
Yeah, foul trouble and scoring troubles on the offensive end. I mean, I say that with a solemn voice because it is solemn. That was tough half for the Swathers. Actually, not really tough half. They played very, very well in the first quarter. Just very tough quarter in the second quarter because, I mean, Eureka came out, they switched the defense up, and yeah, just.
Yeah, it's kind of a disenchanting first half there from the Swathers after that, especially that second quarter.
Yeah, that 9-minute scoring drought that ended with just a minute left in the second quarter. But hopefully they're looking to bounce back here and try to cut the lead to a somewhat manageable striking distance for the fourth quarter here in this opening quarter of the second half.
We'll start with the Tornadoes' ball. We've got Ashley Singata with the ball. She'll pass it along to Mauer and then back to Singata. Swings it to Patuchek, back to Singata. Stolen, good effort there from Martin. That'll be a jump ball, Swather ball. Good effort there from Martin.
That's exactly what the Swathers were looking for right out of the gate. Now, I bet they have a set play to start out for. They're prepared for whatever defense that they bring. I bet they talked about that at halftime, so hopefully they'll be able to put together a scoring, I was going to say drive, but I guess that's football. Scoring possession?
Yeah.
There we go.
Drive works too. It's a little ambiguous, if you will. The layup there was missed from Ferales.
Oh, Katie.
I thought she was about to pick up her
I did
fourth
too.
foul
That
of
was
the
going to be
game.
number 4.
Early in this
Not
third
even
quarter, that
40
wouldn't have been
seconds
good.
eclipsed here in the third
That
quarter.
will be a splash there from Amanda Mauer.
Man, and that Eureka bench is happier in a tornado in a trailer park, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
And they are going stretch this lead to 18 points. And for the Swathers, that was the exact opposite of what you wanted. You had a good high percentage shot, couldn't quite get it to fall.
Humphreys' 3 will be off to the right. One thing I'd like to point out, this really has nothing to do with the actual game when it comes to on the court, but the Eureka bench has been very good in supporting their team, getting hyped, being proud of their teammates, and I think that's honestly an important part of the culture that they are building. Obviously a really good team this year so far.
Yeah, and if you watch the Hesston boys team in the varsity game, their bench is the same way. They are up, they are yelling, they are proud of their boys, and so it's really great to see, teammates supporting each other, and there's nothing better to look back and see your teammates on the bench cheering you up after you've missed a shot or got a bad foul. They're just there to always pick you up, and that's always reassuring.
Oh my, Mauer will take another 3 long there though.
In rhythm too. I thought that one was in for sure.
Good pass ahead to Corinne Yoder, and her layup will be good.
Beautiful look there by Anna Humphreys. I mean, she saw Corinne streaking down the floor.
That was a
last
dime.
week. That was a dime. Dropped it right in there.
Almost, dare I say, Patrick Mahomes-esque.
I don't know. Patrick.
Man, Patuchek can really score that ball from outside. That was a deep 3.
You could go 3 feet beyond
No
the line.
hesitation.
Zero hezzy at all.
That was an audacious shot right there.
That's a good word. Audacious. I like that.
They have started off this second half on fire. Corinne Yoder's pull-up is also good. She's had a quick 4 straight for the Swathers.
Yeah, and that's, if you're the Swathers, that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, after she was the one that got the brunt end of that defense in the first half.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
Going to be a foul there on, was that Kryn?
Yeah, it was Kryn Yoder. She kind of got
tangled up there with Ashley Singata. It'll be Sydney Kaiser checking in for Alex Martin now.
And it was a tough half for Kryn Yoder, usually the Swathers' leading scorer, but she just, that defense that they put on her really did completely just take her out of the game. And it was a defense that the Swathers have seen in previous years, especially, I mean, Corinne being a starter last year, she definitely saw that defense before, but never in that.
Katie had the ball. She had great defensive position there, but just wasn't able to corral that.
Yeah, Corinne the Swathers definitely seen the defense before, but I don't think she's ever been the focus of the defense.
Yeah, for sure. Good pass inside to Ashley Singata. Unable to get that layup to go, though. It'll be a foul there on Chesney Patuchek.
And I think rightfully so. I mean, Kryn Yoder was trying to push the ball, and she gave her a little bit of a hand check towards the sideline, and I think that's definitely was a foul there. But she did prevent a run out for the Swathers, so I guess you can see that as a win. And it looks like Eureka will have a run out of their own, and an easy layup for Patuchek.
That's 15 for her. She has opened up this half with a couple baskets, along with Maurer with a 3 of her own. Sydney Kaiser's drive and floater will be good.
Really great drive there. I mean, she saw the defense, over-pursued a little bit. Lane was wide open, drove in there. Nice little floater.
Nice help there from Ferralis, but unable to get that steal. Ashley Singata will drive, passes it to Perrier. She'll pass to Patuchek, the pump fake and drive. Back out to Perrier, in there to Singata. Picked up by Maurer, in there to Perrier, Stolen by the Swathers eventually. Humphreys will push the ball up the court. Good pass, baseline to Kryn Yoder.
Oh,
she was
yeah, there
fouled.
it was.
Almost a big momentum
the
swing there.
Yeah.
If she would have scored that one with the and one. But for now, it'll just be 2 shot attempts.
And I think we're going to withhold our comments about how good of free throw shooters that they are. So, as we know, the first half, there it is. Swathers not so great from the line tonight. Neither one of the teams really has been received a grade of an A+ from the line, in my opinion. Second free throw from Yoder is up and good. So she converts 1 out of 2 and cuts the lead to 16 points.
Singata with the ball here at the top of the key. She'll pass to Chesney Patuchek. Over there to Hilton inside to Abby Singata. Fouled over the top from Harley Ferralis.
And that was really close to a clean block. Just got a little bit too much body on the block.
It's going to be hard to avoid a block when you're coming in from the back.
Unless you've got a major height advantage and are able to.
Yeah. The first free throw was good there from Abby Singata. Second one off, Bartel with the board.
Good strong board there by Bartel.
She'll give the ball to Kryn Yoder, who pushes it up to Kaiser. Back to Yoder. Screen from Humphreys. They switch the screen. Bad pass. Looking for either Keeker or Kaiser. I'm assuming Kaiser, but it was just out of reach of both of them. That'll be a turnover, and it will be tornado ball.
Yeah, that basketball, really, there was a very slim window for it where neither one of the Swather basketball players could get to it, and unfortunately for them, that's exactly where the ball ended up.
That three-pointer attempt from Patuchek was off the backboard. Good board there from Humphreys to chase that one down. Yeah, that was passed essentially straight to Abby Singata. And they will get the ball and run the other way. Ashley Singata with a great
They're going to hit her with the travel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't think that's out of travel. I think it is by high school rules, but like when you see that in the NBA, they don't ever call that a travel. And obviously, We're talking high school girls basketball and NBA, a little different level of basketball. Well, I think one of those steps was a gather, and then two of them, I think that's illegal. I think it should be legal at least, but that's something they consistently call on the high school level.
Yeah, that was Andrew Schmidt's favorite move when he played basketball. If you ever watched him, you'd see him get that ball, and he could gather the ball at the three-point line and lay it in. But, yeah, officials were never too fond of that.
That was Humphreys with the missed layup on the other end. Tornadoes with the ball now. Pass to Patuchek.
Oh.
Her three-pointer is good.
No
she is
stopping.
on fire.
She's in fuego, if I do
Yes.
say so myself. It is just
They called a foul on London Hilton in the backcourt.
man, what is that, 18 points now?
Yeah, it is.
It's impressive. She's scored as many points as the entire Swathers basketball team. Looks like they're another turnover for the, and looks like she's about to make it 20. Oh,
Will not get the left-handed layup to go.
what is it with us and the jinx, man? I don't understand.
We just got to call the game
Yeah,
and not
as we see
expect
it, not-
anything.
yeah.
Yep. It was boarded by Bartel and then tied up by a couple of tornadoes. You never want to see a couple of tornadoes coming down your path.
Never want to see a couple of them.
Other than on the basketball court, I guess. Patuchek will drive baseline and will miss that running jump stop attempt. I don't really know how to describe that one.
Floater, maybe?
Corinne Yoder's three-pointer is good, and the foul. Maybe that can provide some spark for the Swathers. Who knows? They're scoring the ball much
They are.
better, but the problem is they're not really improving on the defensive end. And obviously, basketball is both offense and defense, and that defensive side has been a struggle for them in this third quarter.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's been as much the defense as it was the hot hand of Chasney Patuchek. It's just no
She's been
stopping it
balling.
sometimes.
It's been fun to watch.
It has
She's really
been.
not missing for the most part.
You know, I feel like I'm watching the boys' basketball game the other day when we was watching Casey Richardson, and once the ball got in his hands, nobody could stop him, and it's kind of the
Seems
same
that-
way
yeah.
here.
I mean, she's getting the ball behind the three-point line. She's essentially been automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's only missed like one out of her last 3 or 4 attempts. It was that one in the corner here that went off the backboard. But other than that, she's been making it rain.
Yeah, now the Swathers know that she's a deep ball threat, so they're running out hands up, and then she can just go right past into the hole.
Yeah, it's a classic example of that synergy between the outside game and the inside game. When you have the good outside game, you're most likely going to have that good inside game because of the defensive focus on your outside game, so then that allows you to push the ball inside.
And the Swathers, they ran out that problem in the first half when they switched from man to a zone, and it worked for a little bit, but then Eureka ended up shooting them out of the zone. And so since they got that outside work and they had to switch back to the man, now they're getting back to that inside working. But if I think Matt Richardson called that timeout there to set up probably a press for the Swathers.
Yeah, that would be a good insinuation. There we go. I thought I was going to say it wrong. Corinne Yoder attempting to complete the 4-point play. And she will.
That and incineration are very two different words.
Yeah. And they will not be in any kind of press to at least start this this first possession. Pass out to Patuchek. She pump fakes. Thought about it.
She definitely did cross her mind.
Pass inside to Abby Singata. No good on the layup. Boarded by Bartel. Passes it along to Humphreys. She'll kick it up the floor to Funk. She'll pass it inside. Dangerous pass. Yeah, that's stolen by Patuchek. Patuchek will pass to Ashley Singata. Back out to Patuchek. Over there to Hilton. Then in the corner to Ashley Singata. Looked for inside to Abby Singata. Hilton thought about the three, won't take it. Patuchek will reset the offense, maybe call a set play here. Over to Hilton, right wing, deep. She'll drive inside the lane. No foul. It's going to be on, or no shot. It'll be on the floor. Funk with the hold.
Honestly, a really good defensive possession there by the Swathers. They weren't really allowing Eureka to get any sort of looks at the basket in terms of good shots. I mean, they had a couple of chances for shots. Now, were they good shots? My opinion, no. So, I mean, that's good for the Swathers. Oh.
Abby Singato's shot attempt is no good, but she was fouled on the play by Harley Ferrales. That is her second foul of the game.
Yeah, again, there's their classic speaking too soon moment again. I said that, and then Abby Singata came flying around the screen and was wide open for a layup. They just didn't quite see her in time.
First free throw is good. And the second one is good as well. That puts Abby Singata at 8 points. She's had a good game as well for the Tornadoes. Batted away by Ashley Singata, but saved by Yoder. Martin will push it inside and tipped away by one of the Tornadoes. Couldn't exactly tell which one. Humphreys got the ball back, though. Almost stolen again by Ashley Singata. She's very active. Great pass by Alex Martin into Katie Keeker for the finish.
Yeah, and that was just the classic case of you got to slow down. You know, the Swathers a little bit fast, trying to, force a few things at the beginning of the possession, but they eventually slowed down and were able to get the wide open layup to Keeker.
Turnaround jumper was no good by Ashley Singata. Boarded, though, by Rupert. Saved, and then they will get a foul on
Harley Ferrales
again.
Her third foul of the game thus far. Another missed opportunity there for the Swathers. They were able to force a miss. Wasn't a great shot, and Singata was able to pull down the board between two Swather defenders. So, great job on her part.
Miller will give the ball to Hilton. Passes it inside to Singata and batted out of bounds off of Martin or Ferrales. I think Martin.
Another one of those for the Swathers where it's just like, yeah, you're that close to getting the ball and be able to go the other way with a little bit of momentum, but Eureka's still trying to score one more time before the end of this quarter.
Yeah, just under 30 seconds with the Tornadoes up 16. Singata with the ball.
Yep.
Inside to Katie Keeker. That'll be her fourth foul of the game.
Yeah, Ava Perrier definitely had, God, I think the word. She definitely backed Katie out of the post, had the inside position. Yep. There you go. And just another one of those where she, Katie playing a little bit too hard, and it's tough because she's been one of the bright spots for the Swather offense so far in the minutes that she's been able to play. Looks like they're going to end up getting Abby Singata on the hand check, her third personal foul of the game.
Ferrales will pass the baseline to Corinne Yoder. Her three-pointer is no good. Boarded by Alex Martin. Her layup attempt is no good. Boarded again by Alex Martin. Got to be a foul there, yeah. She got tackled.
What?
They called a jump ball.
That's tough.
Interesting. Okay. It looked like they had her by the
ankles,
legs. Yeah.
That was tough.
I didn't think the hands were even anywhere close to the ball, but
I think
nonetheless, it'll still be Swather ball with 6.5 seconds left. Yoder will get the ball, take the running jumper, and that'll be out again on the Tornadoes with 0.8 seconds left.
Still enough time to catch and shoot, though.
It's going to have to be pretty much immediate.
Yeah,
So maybe just a screen the screener and then... Oh, Alex Martin with the two-pointer. That is good.
Knocked it down, though.
That's a serendipitous end to the third quarter for the Swathers.
And they did manage to cut the lead by 1 point throughout that entire quarter, so they played with them.
Which is crazy because they played so much better in that half. It was really blow for blow there for the Tornadoes and the Swathers.
For sure. Swathers, they were able to string a couple stops together, and they were down by as much as 20 at one point. They're only down 14 now, 40-26 heading into the fourth. But, I mean, just still that second quarter is going to come back to bite them when they really just couldn't find their identity in any part of their basketball game. So you hate to see that happen.
We're going to get a quick ad break here. All of us at the Swather Sports Network would like to say thank you to the Hesston Community Foundation. Their generous grant is what is allowing us to bring this action to you right now, and without their support, we would not have been able to bring in almost 24 kids into the AV program. So make sure to say thank you to the Hesston Community Foundation, a proud supporter of the Hesston community.
Yes, thank you to the Community Foundation indeed. They have done some great things for the AV program here.
And we all appreciate it, I can tell you that much. It's been a blast to announce games over the past half year or so, and hopefully it'll be a blast going forward as well.
I agree. We've definitely come a long way since we started.
Oh, that first Hillsborough football game was not very good.
Yeah, and then
the football game.
And then even further back, I mean, last year's basketball season, we used to not even be. I know you can't see us. We don't have a booth cam, but we're in the far southwest or southeast corner of the gym. We used to be up in the stands, and now we got all this high-tech equipment, beautiful microphones, soundboard, all new cameras. The AV program truly has been blessed by this community.
Meanwhile, Swathers with some early pressure.
Oh, geez.
That is Patuchek. Her
no
shot.
Way.
She is just too good from deep. There is nothing they can do to contain her right now.
Nah, and I just knew as soon as the ball, they screened, they had it hit her the down screen, had her pop out to the corner. I knew as soon as she touched it, I was like, yep, that ball's in. When you're on, you're on.
She got that Midas touch right now from deep.
Ooh. Alex Martin takes a tough tumble into the stands there. It's like she might have hit her head on the bleachers, but nonetheless, she pops up, walks it off. Good to go, but still is a turnover on Swathers.
So the Tornadoes will work the ball around. As you see the Swathers in that elongated 2-3 zone, it looks like. Pass there to Brooklyn Patuchek. In the corner to Ashley Singata. Spun right into Alex Martin. Good defense there. Inside to Perrier. No good. Boarded Anna Humphreys. Passed ahead to Corinne Yoder. Tipped though. Corinne's pull-up jumper is good. That's a nice shot there.
Yeah, really great pull-up there by Corinne. She's definitely
worked herself out of this slump that she had in that first half.
I was trying to find the words
for
it.
I got you.
Just couldn't. I hate when that happens sometimes.
Get a little tongue-tied. Singata with the ball. She'll pass cross court to Brooklyn Patuchek.
Good defense there by Alex Martin.
Perrier passes to Chasney Patuchek. Good dish there from Patuchek to Perrier, but her shot was no good. Boarded by Alex Martin. Almost lost it, but she'll push the ball up the floor.
Yeah, Ava Perrier so far, kind of a rough day. Hasn't been held scoreless so far. Shots just aren't falling, but, you know, like that happened to Katie Keeker the other day, too. You know, sometimes those days just happen to you, and you got to focus on other parts of the game.
Martin took the shot just about a foot inside the three-point line, came up just a bit short, and the attempted save from Bartel was unfruitful, I guess you'd say.
That's a good one. I mean, that's not a big word, but that's a good word. I like that word.
So now the Tornadoes with the ball up 15 with just under 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Ashley Singata with the ball here. She'll pass it into the post to Abby Singata, who passes again into the post. Inside-out action. Singata with a drive. Gets fouled. Almost. Nope. They'll say no shot. No. Yeah, they did say on the floor, but it will be 1-1 as they're in the bonus with that foul.
Yeah, and if I was Abby Singata, she had a perfect opportunity there at one point. It was her, and the only thing between her and the basket was Katie Keeker, and she already has four fouls.
Yeah,
you got to
exactly
recognize that and know that you got to just take it right at her, because chances are she's going to be playing a softer form of defense.
Ashley Singata gets that shooter's touch on the first free throw for her first points of the game. Second is no good, and then a foul. Was that on Singata, I believe? Yeah. Maybe a little frustration after that second missed free throw.
Yeah, good box out there by Corinne Yoder. That's good communication. You know, you always say between the two people on the high end of the blocks during free throw, you always figure out between each other who has the shooter, who doesn't, because then if nobody boxed the shooter out there, she would have had the ball, and Eureka could still be on offense right now.
Yeah. So we got the Swathers down 16 now, 44-28 with 5.5 minutes remaining. Martin passes after falling to Keeker. It's too bad. Oh, Keeker fakes the entire defense out and makes that jump shot.
I was just waiting for her to shoot it. I mean, nobody was
the defense lacking there.
Yeah, she did. Nobody would respect her. She was just standing out there. I was watching her shooting warm-ups.
Wow. That was a lot of contact there on that shot. No foul, though. Alex Martin with the block on Hilton.
Yeah, I was watching her warm-ups. I was like, yeah, she's getting some range, and she was just nobody was around her, nobody to pass to. Why not pull the trigger? And it ended up being very good for her.
That's definitely something she developed over the last season. Last year, she was basically only taking shot attempts from inside about 6 feet, but she's really developed that range and that's her second jump shot outside of about 10 feet today, I believe. Tornadoes with some good ball movement, but also some good defense from the Swathers. Patuchek passes it to Singita.
Oh, good D-by.
That should be a foul, I believe. She kind of ran into Abby Singita there.
Yeah.
It'll be her third foul of the game. Yoder, that is.
I definitely agree with that call there. That was looks like one of the officials is going to have it as a no call, but the one across the court probably saw the same thing that we did. That was a little bit of a lot of body there, not a lot of ball.
That is a missed free throw from Abby Singita, boarded by Ferralis.
That was best case scenario there for the Swathers, though.
Yeah, with just over 4 minutes, a couple made shots, you're not necessarily out of this game. But
not yet.
The key is a couple made shots. Got to get those pretty fast, and you're not going to do that with possessions like that. Ferralis tossed it into about 3 defenders.
Yeah, I was say triple team. But yeah, Swathers pretty much they probably got to go on a quick 6 to 8-0 run here. They want to be able to stay in this ball game. Got to knock down a few shots. I mean, quite obviously, but
Anna Humphreys will take the three-pointer.
There it is.
Hey, that's a beautiful shot there from Anna Humphreys for her first points of the game.
'Tis a glimmer of hope.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to use it. I've been waiting all day for the indubitably.
Timeout taken by the Tornadoes. The Swathers have slowly crept back into this game. Only 11 points separating the two teams. It was at 20 points at one point in the third quarter, as you said earlier. And not quite over yet.
And they stretched it to 19 even in this quarter. At one point, they were up, I believe they were up 44 to 25, something like that. No, they were up 17 at one point in this quarter to cut the lead all the way down to 11. So for the Swathers, that's incredible. I mean, after that second quarter, if you told them they'd be almost only down less than 10 at the end of this game, I don't know if I would have.
Especially with all the momentum that was on the Tornadoes' side. They had outscored them, it was like 17 to 2 in that second quarter.
It was
right?
21 to 2.
21 to 2?
Was it 27-11 at half or 25-11?
It was 9-9 to start the second quarter, and then it was 26-11. So yeah, 17 to 2.
The Swathers were up 9-6 at one point.
But I'm saying, like,
in
the second quarter, they outscored them 17 to 2. They had all the momentum in the world, and now here we are. I mean, you kind of thought as a spectator that they were going to run away with this game, but they have not quite done that just yet.
Yeah, I like the word momentum you're using with Tornadoes because, like, the Tornadoes, when you think about it, they stay on the ground by picking up debris and the debris spinning. So once they get that momentum, it's hard to stop that tornado if it keeps picking it up,
That's a beautiful analogy, Lucas.
Thank you. Just came up with that.
Ashley Singita passes to her sister, I presume. Abby Singita, I don't want to assume. But I would be led to believe there. Patuchek with the ball. She'll pass to Singita. Passes over there to Hilton.
Good D by the Swathers here to start the possession.
Good cut from Singita, and then back out to Patuchek. They're content to just swing the ball on the perimeter.
Free throws and layups.
Yep. That same principle we were talking about on Tuesday. Alex Martin jumps in the air. This has already been about a 30-second possession. Stolen eventually from Corinne Yoder.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
There it was.
Yoder had an opportunity for a second, but that would have been a very hard pass for Alex Martin to make, and threw just over Yoder's head and out of bounds. It'll still be Tornadoes ball. That's a dangerous pass, but a good one nonetheless from Ashley to Abby Singita. sorry. Patuchek, nice pump fake and move. Unable to get that to finish though. Layup attempt from Abby Singata is good.
And
She's now in double digits.
If you're the Swathers, that just sucked the life out of you there. I mean, you got a steal, down 11, chance to cut it down to less than a 10-point lead, and then to have that just come that close and then watch it just get pushed that much farther away from you again.
It looks like the Swathers are getting pretty fatigued out there. A little slower on defense and then on offense as well. Martin's hook shot is no good. She's a little slow to get up. They got to take a timeout of some sort on the next break. Get some sort of rest.
Oh,
Tips.
Tuchek was about to go up with it too. I could see it from here. She was getting ready to
let it fly.
Oh yeah.
Bartel will check in for Martin. Timeout called by one of the two teams. Don't know for sure which one.
30-second timeout by Hesston. I think that's what the official indicated.
So they gotta set up some sort of full court press or trap or something, right?
Like a 1-3-1 half court trap.
Yeah. That
I don't know many half court traps.
Well for you got 2-on-2 as well, and then depending on how you ran that
1-2-2 again.
Yeah. Or the classic 1-1-1-1-1. That's my personal favorite.
Man-to-man defense, or just
no. 1-1-1-1-1. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That sounds like it would work beautifully.
Yep.
What if they put 4 players on the bottom level?
We don't talk about that. It would work. I stand by that.
I believe you. Yeah, sadly, 1-3-1 is built for teams that are usually pretty tall and very lengthy.
Yes.
And just my observation, the Swathers do not quite hold those traits just yet in their basketball team.
Yeah, Tornadoes will pass it inside there to Abby Singata. Her layup is no good, boarded by Corinne Yoder. Missed an opportunity to pass it to Keeker. Inside to Ferrales. Her jumper is no good, boarded by Bartel. She will be fouled by Perrier.
Go to the line to shoot a, one-on-one.
Uno.
I don't know how to say and I've never taken a Spanish class.
I did, but I didn't retain a ton of information from it. Bartel's first free throw is does not get the friendly roll.
That is just tough.
Rims in and out, and that will about do it for this game.
Yeah, that's
barring an insane comeback from the Swathers.
Yeah, that ball was 3/4 of the way down.
It was down, man, and it just didn't fall.
And we were both ready to say the first free throw was good, but then back to the point of we can't say anything.
Yep.
I'm starting to think I can't even think it either.
So just a minute and a half stolen there from Humphreys. She will take it all the way. Layup no good. Boarded by Humphreys. Her layup is again no good. And then tied up from Humphreys. And it will be tornado ball. Excuse me, I have the hiccups.
It's okay, it happens. Those are tough. Usually I just hold my breath, see if it goes away, but I don't know.
The problem is it's a little tough to do that in broadcast at the same time.
That is
something I've never really tried before. I don't know. I might have to give it a go, but
I don't know. Unless you're one of those people that can talk with your mouth closed. Have you seen that?
Like the ventriloquists?
No. There's people that can close their mouth and yell, and it sounds like they're locked in a closet or something. It's really cool, really interesting.
Anyways, back to the action. Ball is passed out of bounds by Perrier, looking for Abby Singata, but unable to find her.
Just under 45 here to go in this fourth. I do think we are allowed to say now that the Eureka will secure this win. Move on to 1-1 in the tournament, as will the Swathers.
Yeah,
Pump fake
traveled there. And that should be, well, never mind. They're still in the prep.
Here comes
mass substitution there for
bench
the Tornadoes.
Emptying substitution.
Rupert in there, Brooklyn Patuchek, Katie Patuchek, Amanda Maurer, and Mia Miller. Funk checking in for Anna Humphreys.
And the Swathers, I think, in this game, they fought pretty hard. They showed that they were never willing to give up and just roll over, and they stayed in the game. And, barring that second quarter, they've played point for point with them through the entire second half. And in fact, as of right now, I mean, depending on the free throws, the Swathers have won the second half. They've scored 2 more points than Eureka, but you just have that one little lapse at the beginning of the game. And
this game was really a tale of the second quarter. That essentially won the game for the Tornadoes.
And also a tale of the shooting abilities of Chasney Patuchek.
That free throw was straight cash there from Mia Miller. I don't know if you can make a free throw any better than that. Second one is missed, boarded by Bartel with just under 25 seconds remaining. Thrown out of bounds by Yoder, looking for Keeker. 15 seconds left. Score 33 Hesston, 47 Eureka. So will improve to 7-2.
7-2.
8-2, something like that. Very good performance offensively from Chasney Patuchek and Abby Singata. Scoring totals. You just want to go through those real quick? I'm still having the hiccups a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. For the Swathers, Kaiser with 2, Ferralis with 2, Yoder with 12, 11 second half points for her. Alex Martin with 6, Humphreys with 3, and Keeker finished with 8. For Eureka, Ashley Singata had 1, London Hilton with 2, Mia Miller with 4, Amanda Maurer with 6, Katie Patuchek with none, Chasney Patuchek with 21, Abby Singata with 10, Brooklyn Patuchek. Gosh, it must have been a tough game for you, Cole. I'm just struggling reading the names.
I hope I was saying them right.
Yeah, Brooklyn Patuchek with 2 and Lena Rupert with 1. And the final score will be Eureka Tornadoes 47, your Hesston Swathers 33.
I'd like to say if the parents or family or anyone of the Patucheks or the Singatos are watching, I just want to apologize directly to you if I'm saying your children's name wrong. I want to apologize for that.
We asked for a pronunciation, got it, went and sang, came back, and we were like, oh, what was it again?
Yeah, I really, because me with a pretty interesting last name myself, I never want to mess anyone else's name up. That PT was really giving me fits. Patuchek.
Yeah.
They played really well though. Both of the sisters, family members, I really don't know. Can't assume.
Can't assume. Just presume.
I digress. Anyways, we will be back in about 30 minutes or so.
30.
The next game, wasn't that what it was yesterday?
No.
Or Tuesday?
It was?
Maybe that was the middle school. Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes.
And we'll
catch you in probably 11 minutes.
Oh, never mind. Yep. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. We'll see you guys later.